to make sure you have some descendants left on earth and to keep you alive in an amazing way. So God is revealing this to his brothers at the end, that God has done this. It was his plan. All the suffering that he went through was part of God's plan in order for a bigger picture, in order to save Israel.
Amen.
And then David, he was chosen, the youngest of his family, the one watching the sheep. He was out in the fields watching the sheep when Samuel came and went through all of Jesse's children and said, "No, he's not it. No, he's not it." He said, "You got any more kids?" "Well, I just got the young little David out in the field watching the sheep, but hey, you don't want him." Well, he brought David in, and the Lord said, "This is the one." And he anointed him, and as you know the story, he became king of Israel after that. He went on to do mighty things. He won great battles and everything. So God's not a stranger to taking the least of something and doing something great with it. So that's why Gideon had to be reassured of that. Even though he was the least, God could use him in a great way, just way with us today. We may think we are nobody or nobody important or don't have any talents or you can't sing, you can't play, you can't this. But God can use you the way you are for his purpose. People that you come in contact with that others of us in here may not, that you can influence. Like it's been said, sometimes the people that we associate, we're the only Bible that they'll see. Yeah. So it's important for us to live our life in a way that is a good representation of what the Word says. Not that we're perfect. Because I tell the people at work all the time, when they start saying something, I say, "Look, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Don't put me up on a pedestal because I'm nothing great. I make mistakes. I just try to live my life in a way that's pleasing to the Lord. Amen. And I don't do it right all the time. I don't get it right every day. That's for sure. And none of us do. But we're still learning. But we want to be the example. And Gideon was the youngest of his family, but God wanted to do something great with him. He didn't want to, and we'll get to the reason why in a little bit here. But let me go on. And least important. Then the angel of the Lord answered him, "I will be with you." Verse 16. "It will seem as if the Midianites you are fighting are only one man." So the angel of the Lord is reassuring Gideon here, with all his doubts and everything, that, hey, I'm the one that's, the Lord God, I'm the one that's sending you. When you go to fight your enemy, it's going to be like you're fighting one man. Can you picture that? 10,000 men in front of you, and in your mind, it's like you're just fighting one man. That takes a lot of faith. That takes a lot of stamina, you might say. But the Lord was preparing Gideon for this. He knew what he was doing. It wasn't a mistake, as some people might say. It was God's plan and his purpose. And then Gideon, in verse 17, still not sure, still got doubts in his mind, said to the Lord, "If you are pleased with me, give me proof that it is really you talking with me." So now Gideon wants proof from the angel that, hey, I'm sure am I not dreaming this? To make sure that this is real, give me proof. So verse 18, he says, "Please wait here until I come back to you. Let me bring my offering and set it in front of you." And the Lord said, "I will wait until you return." So verses 19 through 21, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but pretty much Gideon goes in and he gets this goat and he cooks it and everything and gets some flour and bread without yeast, and he puts all of this stuff in a basket and a pot with some broth, and he brings it back to the angel. In verse 20, and the angel says to Gideon, "Put the meat here on this rock," and Gideon pours this broth on them, and Gideon did as the angel told, and then the angel of the Lord took the staff and touched the meat, and the fire jumped on it and burned it all up. Just to sum it up real quick for you.
Yeah, they want my dinner.
And then verse 22, it hits Gideon. He says, "Then Gideon understood he had been talking to the angel of the Lord. So Gideon cried out loud, 'Lord God, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face.'" So it just hit him like a real, oh, I am talking to the Lord. I am talking to the angel of the Lord. This is real. This is not a dream. But the Lord said to Gideon, "Calm down. Calm down, man. Don't be afraid. You will not die." So Gideon built an altar there to worship the Lord and named it the Lord is peace, which in the King James Version it says Jehovah Shalom, which means the Lord is peace.